Alrighty, welcome to another Vintage Cube team draft. We got a 4v4 going here, which is awesome. I love when we get the full squad. I'll go over to teams in a second, but this first pick, pretty weak pack. Really, I'd narrowed it down to Mystic Confluence, Pest Infestation, or Underworld Breach. Honestly, in a 4v4, I'm more likely to storm off, and I just can't resist. I haven't breached in so long. Let's take Underworld Breach. Let's hope this works out okay. All right. The question is, how all in do I go? Do I second pick an Echo of Eons here? I think that, I think that that's a thing that you could do. Okay, so if I didn't take Echo of Eons, like if I had taken Mystic Confluence, I'd just take Snuff Out. I think Snuff Out's really good. I could second pick Echo. I'm going pretty hard on that. Or I could still just take the Snuff Out. Well, Echo Wheel. There's Gix, Elvish Reclaimer, Recurring Nightmare, Walking Ballista, Lingering Souls, Dragon's Rage Channeler, Worm Coil, Ranger Class, Consecrated Sphinx. I think there's a pretty decent chance Echo does Wheel. And I think Snuff Out is just a little too good. We'll see where we end up. But I'm just... Look, taking Breach first pick, at least Breach is an awesome card. Echo is a lot narrower. You can play Fair Breach, actually. Let's see. Now do I take Spell Pierce? Do I take Blood Tithe Harvester? Sylvan Library? I probably just take Spell Pierce. I like Spell Pierce. It's a pretty good card. I don't think Blood Tithe or Sauron is good enough to slam here. Let's just take the Pierce. Okay, this pack has... Raphelos is like the best card. Move Snuff Out a little over. It's also Spire Bluff, which is tempting. Temporal Mastery is just okay. Savai Triumph is not bad either. As for teams, by the way, it's myself, Timmy Taplands, I don't know who that is. It's the first draft. Hank the Obese, also don't know them. And Andreas Echo Bronin, who I do know, he's a buddy of mine. So we're battling against MR Curtin, Falcon Eye, who you would certainly recognize, Matt After Office, and Sandy Dog. So we got a bunch of new faces here, but that's cool. New metagame, new stuff. And I think I'm just going to take Spire Bluff here. I don't know. I like taking lands. If we don't end up breaching, that's fine. We can still be Grixis control. I think Arc Trail is good, but I don't think it's good enough to snap off here. And I don't mind passing a Raphelos. Okay, this pack has... Well, I'm wishing I just took the Mystic Confluence. These packs have not been kind to this strategy. I guess I'm probably taking Tefero, Hero of Dominaria. And maybe I don't breach, and maybe I'm just a 3 or 4 color control deck. That's obviously fine too. The best card in the pack is Birds of Paradise, so I just passed a Raphelos, but I think that's okay. I guess we'll just Teferi here. All right. Like I said, not thrilled about this development, but also the Breach package is pretty light, which is a part of the reason I also didn't want to take Echo. If I just get a Lion's Eye Diamond and a Brain Freeze, just those 3 cards, you don't really need to be Storm other than that. You can be Control. And I've also got a decent start to Esper. Of course, if you replace Breach with Mystic Confluence, it'd be better, but I think this is okay. Okay, what do we got here? There's a Kiki. There's, wow, an Undermounted Adventure. This card is pretty busted. 3/4 Vigilance, taps for 2 green, but also you take the initiative. I'm probably just going to Brainstorm here. I like Brainstorm a lot. Cantrips are good with Breach, whether you're fair breaching or unfair breaching. I think Bone Crusher is solid, but I think I'd rather just take Brainstorm here. And passing a lot of green to Curtain, but not the end of the world. Passing a Kiki as well. If you've noticed, I don't really go for the Kiki strategy very often. I find it difficult to get both Kiki and Pestermite Exarch at a reasonable time in the draft. I don't know. Maybe that's a little low on my priority list. Maybe I should try to do that a little bit harder. Another reason I took Breach first, by the way, is I think it's totally viable that we get like a 7th pick Lion's Eye Diamond. I don't think most of the people at this table are going to be taking it. Unfortunately, Falcon Eye's passing because one of the people most likely to do so, but I'll probably take Seasoned Pyromancer here. I like Consider, but Seasoned Pyro is just a really, really good card. And I just don't mind being red-blue value, splashing Teferi, maybe Snuff Out. Passing an Ancient Tomb, and a bunch of good white cards. Falcon Eye seems likely to be playing black at this point. Snuff Out is the only card that I've seen that's good. But I don't mind being red-blue, and I don't mind splashing Teferi or that. Oh, wow. Passing out Conscripts, but I'm going to take Probe. Also, Recruiter. It looks like Teferi, or Kiki Jiki is definitely open. Probe is perfect with Breach, good with Pyromancer. I don't know. It's just a good card. I guess it's not really good with Pyromancer, but it's a good card. Also, I've kind of subscribed. I mentioned this in a previous video. Marshall, obviously my co-host on Limited Resources, he was like, I feel like you win a lot more of the games where you get to see their hand. And I kind of agree. So Gitaxian Probe has gone up in my pick order a little. Well, Teferi Temporal Pilgrim's interesting. This is a powerful Planeswalker. So it's 5 mana, 4 loyalty, 0 draw a card, -2 make a 2/2 vigilance that says when you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on this. But whenever you draw a card, you get a loyalty counter on this. So probably just going to take Teferi. I think it's a pretty strong card. Pass Wall of Roots, Sphinx, Hornet Queen, Winter Orb. Echo of Eons didn't wheel. Okay. That's not the end of the world. Do I want Galvanic Iteration? It's not really very good. You have to have literally like Time Walk and Ancestral for it to be good. But I also don't think I'm that likely to play Lingering Souls. I don't mind passing Ranger Class and Reclaimer. Sure, Walking Bliss is just whatever. Let's take the iteration. Just keep it in mind. I don't mind Sauron, the Dark Lord. It's actually a castable thing. 6 mana for a 7/6. To target it, they have to sack a legendary artifact or legendary creature. And whenever an opponent casts a spell, you get a 1/1. Well, yeah, mass is 1. Plus, if you ever hit them with an army, you draw 4. All right, now I'll take Temporal Mastery. That's fine. I will take the Wrath of God. That's also fine. Pass, whatever. I'll pass a last pick Chariot. I'll take a Nahiri that I'm probably not going to play. Last pick Avacyn. Okay. So probably not storming here, but wheeling the Mastery made the Galvanic Iteration pick a lot more interesting because Temporal Mastery Galvanic Iteration is a combo. It's hard to set it up out of your hand, but if you have Iteration in your hand and you Miracle this, you do have time to Iteration. Also, Galvanic Iteration Teferi is kind of a combo because end of turn you untap 2 lands with Teferi. At this point, I've got 2 black cards, Sauron and Snuff Out, and 2 white cards, Teferi and Wrath of God. This pack has Iteration, which is great, Prismatic Vista, which is great, Dak was also great. I think of the red-blue cards, Dak is better than Iteration. The question is Dak better than Prismatic Vista? I'm not really considering Rafine's Tower, Atraxa, Plateau. If I end up being 3 colors, obviously the Vista is great, but honestly, like, even if I don't play, like, even if I just straight stick to red-blue, yeah, Dak is just too good. I think Dak is just such a high-quality card. Next pack, we've got an Empty the Warrens I'm not taking, Impulse, and Ledger Shredder. Ledger Shredder looks great with Gitaxian Probe, Brainstorm, also fills the graveyard. You could be a fair Breach deck. Like, Breach is a really strong card. I'm not feeling too bad about not having the Echo of Eons because the Breach is really looking decent here. Oh, wow. So here's another interesting decision. Frantic Search is great with Breach. If you have Frantic Search and Breach, you get to basically go off where this puts, this is mana neutral, and it puts 2 cards in the graveyard. So if you can either make it cost 1 less thanks to Brawl or have a High Tide, you generate a bunch of mana at very low cost because this almost feels like it pays for 2/3 of the escape cost. Or I just take Mana Leak, which is a better card and goes better with most of the cards in this deck. Yeah, I'm going to take Mana Leak. I don't think I'm going to wheel the Frantic Search, but this is a good pack. There's Colonnade, Foundry, Soul Herder, Urza, Concealing Curtains, Otawara. If someone has Tinker, Portal, Damnation's decent, Unholy Heat's good, and the 2 black-green cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think it is possible that Frantic Search will wheel, but not likely. But I also think, like, now I'm going to take Vendilion Click here. I'm over Chrome Mox, yeah. My curve's pretty low. I don't need the Mox that badly. But yeah, Vendilion Click is a great card for this style of deck. And I feel like I'm doing pretty well. Say, like, here's again, I'm going to take Fable of the Mirror Breaker over Lotus Petal. Despite Lotus Petal being a Breach combo card, Fable's just busted. Let's just take all the red-blue good cards. Red-blue good cards is a great deck to be. You just have... I don't know, just all high quality cards here. Oh, I have Brainstorm Temporal Mastery, by the way. I didn't mention that. Okay, and I've got black and white cards if I want to side those in. Okay, here I've got Time Warp, which is pretty nice with the 2 Planeswalkers I have. It's not that great with Breach, it's kind of expensive. Wow, Deceiver Exarch came back. There's also Raugrin Triumph. That's a tough one, because Raugrin Triumph with Teferi is pretty nice. But my cards look really nice with Time Warp. Let's just be red-blue. I don't have to prioritize lands quite as heavily. Also, Galvanic Iteration Time Warp is something to consider. Now that I have 2 different Time Walks, that is kind of interesting. Yeah, I mean, I like where I'm at. Like Time Warp with Fable is good. Time Warp with Dak is good. Time Warp with Teferi is great. Just taking an extra turn when you have a card that gives you advantage every turn is awesome. It is painful to pass Raugrin Triumph, but I think this is looking like a pretty good Time Warp deck. And if I just stick to 2 colors, then it's not that big of a deal if I don't get lands. Obviously, I'm going to want a couple still, but I kind of like where I'm at here. Like Dak over Prismatic Vista, Time Warp over Raugrin Triumph. I think we're both fine picks. If Frantic Search wheels, or if I get a late Brain Freeze, I could consider going back to a little heavier on Breach. One thing I really would like to pick up, I hope, if Frantic Search doesn't wheel, I hope Unholy Heat does, though I don't think that's super likely, because some cheap removal would be great. Here's another Time Walk, but I've got to take Ponder. Ponder's so good with everything I've got going on. It's good with Temporal Mastery. It's good with Underworld Breach. Just a great card with Ledger Shredder. Auron's Epiphany is nice, but Ponder is certainly better. Oh, this is actually an interesting one because there's an Underground Sea, which is again good, but this looks like an amazing Treasure Cruise deck. I have Seasoned Pyromancer, Fable the Mirror Breaker, and Dak Phaeton, and Ledger Shredder. I have so many ways to dump spells into my graveyard. All right, so Rafine's Tower did wheel. That's not inconceivable to take. Also did Lava Claw Reaches. So did Lier. Lier works nicely with Time Warp. Works with Brainstorm, Probe, and Ponder. Doesn't work with Mana Leak. Doesn't work with Temporal Mastery, really. Is an anti-combo with Treasure Cruise and Breach. Oh, man, I like Lier, but I think Rafine's Tower might be better because I really could end up splashing here. I don't know. That one's close. Lier is a card I tend not to play that often. I do think it's a good card, but... All right, well, we didn't wheel Frantic Search. I think, wait, there's this pack? Actually, that might not have been this pack. But I'm going to take Thieving Skydiver. I like Skydiver a lot. Now that I have Dak and Skydiver, I'm pretty good at punishing artifacts. Oh, Frantic Search did wheel. That was this pack. All right, we'll take Frantic Search now. Was a good pack. Neither black-green card got taken, but Frantic Search also really combines nicely with Treasure Cruise. You know what? I think this Galvanic Iteration might be good enough now. Iteration Frantic Search is +1 mana. I could definitely see doing stuff here with like Underworld Breach Iteration. Wow, so you go, if you have Breach, you have 5 mana left, you Iteration, you Frantic Search, it costs you 6 cards out of your graveyard, but then you draw 4, discard, untap 6 lands. Oh, Pia Kiran Nalaar is definitely a card I could play, and I don't mind passing Sculler and Binding. Sculler is good, but okay, I like where we're at. I guess I'll just take Bayou now. I don't think Falcon Eye is playing green very likely, and I also think Karn is just kind of an unplayable card at this point. There are some decks that can use it, but most cannot. All right, so in my sideboard, cards to note, I've got Snuff Out because I have the Rafine's Tower and I have Teferi. Those are the 2 main cards. Also maybe Sauron. All right, well, I guess I'm going to take Veil of Summer over Roska here. Last pick, Black-Green Talisman. All right, no one's playing Black-Green. We can see it. All right, any Black Lotuses? Oh, there's the Brain Freeze. Yeah, I just take Brain Freeze because we haven't seen Lion's Eye Diamond yet. We have seen Lotus Petal, but when you have Frantic Search, you don't need the mana generation as much. Imagine you go Breach, you've got some cards in your graveyard, and you go Frantic Search, Frantic Search, Frantic Search, Brain Freeze myself, Frantic Search, depending on how much mana you have. Passing Fiery Confluence, Venser, and Preordain, but I think the Brain Freeze makes this deck so much more likely to just steal wins. All I want is cheap cards now, and Treachery doesn't fit into that, but I think it's still probably better than Hall of Storm Giants. There's also Wake Thrasher, Frantic Search, Breach. Whenever you untap a permanent, it gets +1/+1. So you go like Wake Thrasher, then next turn you go Breach, Frantic Search a bunch of times, attack for 12. Yeah, no, we can treachery. That's fine. Hall of Storm Giants isn't a big thing. Lion's Eye Diamond is a take. I would take it over any card. So looking for that. Not in the mood or situation to take Academy. Chart a Course versus Factor Fiction. I kind of think Chart a Course is better. I just like the cheap cards. There's also Fiery Islet and Mizium Mortars. I would really like some red removal. So I would like to get past one at some point. Like Chain Lightning, Lightning Bolt, Abrade, Incinerate. Unholy Heat's already gone, but any of those things would be pretty nice to pick up. At this point, the Rafine's Tower is not doing anything for me. I only have the one red-blue land, so I could use a little bit more in the way of mana. Okay, what do we got? So now there's a red-white land and a red-green land. There's also Grist. There's also Magda. Magda is a pretty strong card. You cast this. If you can attack, you get a treasure token. But I think I'll just take a fetch. I'm going to have plenty of playables. A fetch land currently doesn't fix my mana, but there's a lot of outs to fix mana. Actually, it does fix my mana because Arid Mesa can get Rafine's Tower. Yeah, that's good enough for me. Not interested in Dig. I already have Cruise, and I already have a lot of slots competing for my graveyard. This is pick 5. 3 more picks to get Lion's Eye to really go off. Probably supposed to just take Glorybringer. I do like Glorybringer. Baral is also actually quite good in this deck, but Baral might wheel. No one really wants Baral, even though this pack's okay. Ether Channeler is also fine, but I've just been really impressed with Glorybringer. Like, just having a Glorybringer in your deck, this deck could easily go Treachery, Glorybringer, just massive swing on that turn. And it helps me fight against creatures. So this is 22 playables currently, and I'm pretty happy with all 22 of them. I guess the Rafine's Tower is making it in as like a tapped island, but that means Arid Mesa gets red naturally, but can also fetch tapped blue. Oh, wow. So now there's Faithless Looting, Phantasmal Image, Inspiring Vantage, Kaito, a bunch of black cards. Wow. Probably just a decent Faithless Looting deck, it seems like. Between Cruise and Underworld Breach. There's also Murktide Regent, but I don't think another big Delve card is really what I want to do. Yeah, there's also Phantasmal Image, which is a good card. Not the best Phantasmal Image deck in the world here. Okay. We're not getting a Lion's Eye Diamond at this point. This is pick 7. I have one more pick. So now do I want Dothy, Voidwalker? That'd just be a hate draft. So I guess Falcon Knight isn't black after all, probably. Or just take Inferno Titan because it's just a great card. There's also Direfleet Daredevil as a sideboard card, but I think I'd rather just take Inferno Titan here. And I probably won't main deck it, but I think, because I think Glorybringer and Treachery cover my bases there, but I don't mind having an Inferno Titan just in case. Is it worth playing Teferi, Hero of Dominaria in this deck? Wouldn't be crazy. I've got Treasures from Fable. I've got Arid Mesa and Rafine's Tower. Teferi's really good with all the Time Walks. All right, if we can spike a Lion's Eye Diamond here, though. I don't think so, because someone did take that Echo of Eons. Lion's Eye Diamond's a powerful enough card. It doesn't usually go 8th pick. But I did open Breach Brain Freeze as 2 of my opens here. Had I known I was going to open Brain Freeze, I probably would have taken Lotus Petal, but... Oh, well, Spellseeker can go get Brain Freeze, Mana Leak, Ponder, Gitaxian Probe. Yeah, that's pretty good. Just pass a million black cards, that's fine. Oh, Venser Wield? Okay. I'm fine with that. And I'm not playing Wake Thresher, not playing Raging Ravine. What do I want to cut from Curtain? I guess Raging Ravine is probably the card I want to cut most. I don't know. I do need to make a couple cuts here. This is 28 minus 3 lands, so 25. So I need to cut like 2 cards. I wonder if I cut the Skydiver because I already have Dak Vaden. Is Galvanic Iteration good? It does seem decent to set up that Frantic Search play as a way to generate mana. Oh, Factor Fiction? Sure. I actually might play that as well. This deck's going to do a real good job of just ripping through all of its cards. I kind of wish I took Mizium Mortars over Chart a Course now. That is unfortunate that it did not, the way that pick went. I didn't think I was going to get those late. Wow, that's a late Grist and Persist, but I think I would play Magda in this deck. Okay, I'd probably play Ether Channeler too. I mean, I could play Dig Through Time because it is a lot better than Cruise. But is it better to have an Ether Channeler as well? Probably better just to have a Channeler here. I'll just take the Grasp now. Hogak. All right. Quite the deck. Got to make some cuts, but I like where we're at. Alrighty. So, ended up having to cut Spellseeker, Faithless Looting, and Galvanic Iteration. I really wanted to try that, but I don't think Galvanic Iteration makes the cut here. Pretty good deck. I think it's pretty lean. Got a lot of card draw, and I think we'll be able to assemble its combos nicely. We're playing against Sandy Dog. It's a 4-on-4. My teammates drafted 5-color green, mono blue Tinker, and black-white mid-range. So the whole gamut. And yeah, I'll keep this hand. On the draw, obviously, Mana Leak might be a little bit slow, but you know, what are you going to do? This deck really needed a piece of acceleration. Unfortunately, the only thing I saw was a Lotus Petal that I would have had to take over. Something pretty good. I don't remember what it was at the time. Yeah, Chromox on the play makes me feel not great about this situation. Let's see. Okay. So Sandy is not playing mono white, but potentially playing black white. No, or mono black, who knows? What is this? Turn 1 Copter. Yikes, that's pretty good. Okay. V-Click's actually not bad. I assume Sandy's got a turn 2 creature play here. Oh, Dothy Voidwalker. That's actually a huge problem for me because I can't win with Breach when that's in play, and I don't actually have a great way to remove it. I have Treachery and Glorybringer. As it turns out, not taking Chartercourse over Mizium Mortars was not great for me. I just didn't think I was going to see 0 copies of Burn at any point. All right. Discarding Chandra, play another Swamp. Okay, let's get red mana with that. I think I just pass. I could play a Ledger Shredder, but I don't think it's going to do a whole lot. 1 second, I have to give my teammate a card here. Whoop. Night's Whisper, yeah, I mean, I will counter that. Arid Mesa gets exiled. And then that's Mana Leak. I just kind of have to Mana Leak anything. Anything that is around, it has to be Mana Leaked. Okay. And then Copter's coming in, discarding. I mean, Sandy's at 2 cards. It's not the end of the world, but yeah, not loving what's going on here. To be clear, I guess Vendilion Click is kind of nice. I'm gonna try to land a Vendilion Click blocking the Thopter next turn. If I can swing that. Liliana of the Veil is the discard. Okay. Island and go. Okay. Mountain, so he's gonna play a Rabble Master. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, it's not really fine. I'm gonna lose this game, but you know. Okay. All right, let's let the loot finish. And then I'm going to click Sandy here. Discard Library of Alexandria, huh? Okay. Block Copter. Take 4. Well, Mountain something. Let's go Season Pyro here. Discard a Chartercourse and a land. I would like a 1/1. Okay. If I draw Glorybringer or Treachery, I think I'm in this. The problem with playing Ledger Shredder last turn is the Rabble Master would have been big enough to trade for Ledger Shredder. I didn't really want to do that. All right. Good attack. Block, block. Go to 5. All right. If Sandy missed for his turn, don't tap mana, Sandy. All right. And I draw one of my 5 drops. That's not one of them. I guess I'm going to just start by casting Frantic Search. I think I just discard Brain Freeze at this point. Oh, I clicked through untapping lands. That was a mistake. I certainly didn't mean to do that. I would have gotten to play Dak Faden and steal the Mox here. I didn't want to discard Temporal Mastery because the Voidwalker can replay it. If Sandy still has nothing, it can play a Seasoned Pyro, it play a Vendilion Click. That misclick was kind of unfortunate, but what can you do? If he's paying 3 mana for a spell, then I think I'm pretty dead. Oh, what are we doing here? Are we casting Frantic Search? Oh, okay. We're going up to 6 mana. Okay, I'm going to get to Ledger Shredder this turn at least. Discard Mox and Shriek. Yo, man, I am so dead here. I don't know what Sandy's going to play here, but it's not going to be good for me. Him to Turok. Okay. Okay, what's your last card? Custodial Lich or something? Fiery Confluence. Oh, just kill me. Okay, so it didn't really matter. All right, all right. Pia and Kieran Nalaar seems good. Spell Pierce I'm less a fan of. He's got him. Fiery Confluence. Smuggler's Copter. I mean, those are cards. Kind of want Inferno Titan also. I probably can't put in too many expensive cards. Dak Faden would be great here. Oh, Thieving Skydiver against Smuggler's Copter and Mox is really good. All right, yeah, I guess I will take out Spell Pierce then. Got to take out something. I also, against that deck, I could take out Breach, Brain Freeze, Frantic Search. That way keep in the Spell Pierce. Like, it's not like I need to go over the top against Sandy. So maybe having a more consistent deck is just better. Okay, I do want to take out an island for a mountain, though, given that I just added 2 double red cards. All right. Actually, I think I like doing this. Okay. I'd like to be on the play. Okay. This hand's quite good. I get to go turn 1 Spell Pierce, turn 2 Magda, turn 3 Dak. I like that quite a bit. Let's see if this works out. Hopefully Sandy doesn't open on Library here. That would be annoying. The one good thing about opening on Library is Magda does punish that. All right, well, he didn't either way. All right. Hopefully Sandy doesn't have an end of turn way to kill it, like Fatal Push. Nope. Okay. Just play a Smuggler's Copter. No, you're killing Magda. I'll allow it, I guess. Now I guess I'm going to play Dak Faden here. Do I want to crack the Mesa first? I think filling up my graveyard's probably fine. I have Treasure Cruise in my deck. Mountain. Dak Faden. Plus on myself. Discard Mountain Island. Okay. I mean, if he goes like Rabble Master, play something, I can go Seasoned Pyro next turn. Yep. All right. That is fine. Can attack Dak Faden, I suppose. Okay, so first I think I Dak, because I want to discard spells to Seasoned Pyro. I will discard... I'm going to discard 2 lands. I'm going to probe, because that will let me know if I should keep Spell Pierce or not. His hand is Swamp, Cakeman, Liliana, Night's Whisper, Vamp. Okay. Well, let's hope to draw a land here. I'm going to discard Mana Leak and I guess Ledger Shredder. All right, I drew an island. Perfect, because now I can Spell Pierce, K-Command, or Liliana. And I'm going to find Treasure Cruise at some point here. It's going to be great. I could have kept Ledger Shredder instead of Venser. I think that is close, but Venser looks pretty nice here. All right, so you're going to start by using K-Command, or you're going to start by casting Night's Whisper. Night's Whisper is not very efficient. And K-Command clears the Pyromancer out. So I think that's got to be tempting. Okay. Attack. So I think what I'm going to do is token, pyro. I don't care if Dak takes a point of damage here. Yeah, Spell Pierce is good in this matchup. It's good enough at least. UK command, make me discard and kill a token here. I mean, that is pretty tempting. If Sandy wants to play around Spell Pierce, which I'm sure Sandy's thinking about me having Spell Pierce, you can go like Night's Whisper past the turn here, but that is kind of a weaker play. All right. That happens. Could also go Liliana here, which I will also Spell Pierce. And hopefully Sandy didn't draw a Dark Ritual. Okay, it's going to pass. Guess I'm going to start by using Dak. Discard Rafine's Tower and Mountain. I'm going to ponder. I do like this. Okay. So let's go Fable, Glorybringer, Brainstorm, no shuffle, land, pass the turn. I don't think I even attack with Pyromancer. I'd rather just keep Dak at higher loyalty. I don't think trading 2 for 1 there really makes sense. And then next turn I've got Glorybringer coming out. And thanks to Dak, at this point I don't think I'm going to play a 6 land. I think 5 is probably where I'm going to stop. I don't really need more lands for anything except, I guess, Temporal Mastery. Okay, pass. Decent chance Sandy vamps here, I would imagine. 3 cards in hand. Night's Whisper, K-Command, X. If he makes me discard with K-Command, I'll discard the Brainstorm. It's fine. I don't really need Brainstorm right now. It's not really doing a ton for me. What is Sandy going to get? Hymn to Turok? If he gets Hymn to Turok, I might just go Venser, kill your token, and then discard the Brainstorm, whatever. So I put in PN Kernel. I wonder if I should have Inferno Titan in the deck. So I have Teferi also. Vendilion Click. Yeah, I have a decent amount of fixing. Or finishers, rather. All right. No, actually, let's just bounce the hymn. I think that's fine. I don't really need to bounce the token because I can just Glorybringer the token. And then I keep my Brainstorm. I'm going to exert to kill the goblin. And my top card's Fable. I don't think I need to Dak, actually. I feel like using Dak there. I like both the cards, so I think using Dak doesn't really make sense. And I'm going to get hymned here, so all that's doing is putting a Fable into my hand for really no benefit. I could have not killed the token with Glorybringer, but I kind of feel like after Night's Whispering and not playing a land, there's a good chance Sandy just has a way to kill the Glorybringer anyway, like a Shriekmaw or something. We're going to draw step. We're not going to draw step K-Command me. All right. I'm going to play Fable then now. You can get back Rabble Master with K-Command. That's fine with me. Like, he's pretty constrained on mana, and casting Rabble Master next turn is really not going to be that impressive. It's also kind of got to kill this Venser. Killing the Pyromancer is a little dicier because I get to make tokens out of it. I mean, you got to use your mana. He's got 3 cards I don't know about, K-Command that I do know about. And if he doesn't use his mana, then it's going to be very strange. I think I might not Dak as well. I just don't think an extra loyalty on Dak is going to be that important. And what if I mill Treachery or Treasure Cruise cards I'd be like pretty happy to draw? Like, I get no benefit. I don't need to fill my graveyard. And decking might honestly be a concern at some point. Yep, it's going to kill my Venser and get back Rabble Master. All right. Pass the turn. And I'm going to get infinite looting with this Fable anyway. So he's got to have a way to kill Glorybringer, and even then he's in a pretty good amount of trouble. I like this position. Winning game 3 on the draw is going to be tough, though. Okay, Chandra kill the Glorybringer. Sure. Key command's gone. I could also find Time Warp here. Ooh, Vendilion Click. Alright, I'll keep that. I will DAC myself, though, because if I draw Time Warp... Ooh, Treasure Cruise. Treasure Cruise is pretty enticing, honestly. Attack Chandra, attack Sandy. I don't have any reanimate, so I'm going to exile all my creatures just so his animate spells don't do anything. Temporal Mastery. Oh, one short. I guess I will play a land. That's fine. Okay, Ophiomancer. All right, that's a good one. That actually fights against Temporal Mastery pretty well. Oh, wait, I did cite in the Inferno Titan. I'm gas. Kill your 2 creatures, attack you for 4. Okay. Do I want Ether Channeler? It's kind of interesting. Just a 2/1 that draws a card. Do I want to take out like an expensive spell like Time Warp? It's kind of what I'm wondering. Because I do think Ether Channeler seems like it would be decent in this sort of matchup. He's just trying to get all 1-for-1s and 2-for-1s, just like all kind of card advantage. Yeah. I think Temporal Mastery has still like the outs to do well. I'm just wary of having an expensive card stuck in my hand like Time Warp, and I cited an Inferno Titan, so I guess I'm going to try that. Another card I want to show up but not early is Treasure Cruise. If I draw that in the middle of the game, I'm like in pretty good shape. Man, this deck would just kill for 1 Unholy Heat, Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning. Just 1. The card I'm like pretty scared of still is Dothy Voidwalker, though Rabble Master is also still pretty annoying. So I have a lot of islands. But if I don't draw one, this hand's pretty bad. It's not even that good if I do draw one. I gotta mulligan this, unfortunately. If this was an island, sure, I would keep it, because Brainstorm, having Spell Pierce up and then Brainstorm is good, but all right, I'll keep this. I'll put Teferi on the bottom just because I just got to put one of my expensive cards back. No! Okay, well, it's going to be hard. Magda is still a good thing because it can force Sandy to do something, but I'm going to lose bad to this library, I think. All right, he's going to have Unholy Heat for the Magda end of turn. It's all going to go downhill from there. Yep. No, we didn't have it. Okay. I have a prayer of a chance here, because if he doesn't have an easy way to kill Magda, library drawing an extra card a turn is good, but Magda making a treasure a turn is also not quite as good, but it's still pretty good. Don't kill Magda. Don't kill Magda. Just don't have a play. Oh my god, Orcish Bowmasters, are you kidding me? I'm dead. I can't beat that card in a million years. Oh cool, the Gataxian Probe. I mean, I guess I have to play it, otherwise I'm doing nothing this turn. Pylon, Adversary. I guess I'm hoping to steal a Chromox at some point. And play an Inferno Titan. Yeah, I'm super dead here. Yep. I mulliganed, and he had library into Orcish Bowmasters. Like, it's just not even close. Not close to being close. Game 1 was close. Like, I was on the back foot the whole time, but if he had, like, one less spell game 1, there's, like, a chance I do something there. This game is just not remotely close. Oh wow, I get to Spell Pierce a Bitter Blossom and then cast a Factor Fiction. Go me. Pass the turn. At least Factor Friction doesn't trigger the Bowmasters. There is that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Foff. Treachery is at least a good card. Dak and Fable aren't really... So my two best cards here are Pia, Kira, and Nalar. All right, well, I'll take the bottom pile at this point in time. I can steal Rebel Master. All right. Land. Treachery, the Rebel Master. Untap. I unfortunately have to play Skydiver now. And then pass, hit for 1. Because I'm effectively at 4 life thanks to Fiery Confluence. So I really don't have time to mess around. Also, he's going to get to Vamp here if he wants. He doesn't even really need to. He's got everything to win the game already in hand. Like, I don't think there's a realistic way for me to get out of this. Evoke Shrikma, sure. Okay, Rebel Master down. Here's the Chromox. Night's Whispers out, and then pile on, attack me for 4 down to 6. All right, I'm dead. All right, that was just a beating. It wasn't close to being close. Let's hope we can get a 2-1 out of this. Alrighty, time for round 2, playing against Grixis Kiki. Gonna have to mulligan this hand, unfortunately. This hand does not do it. This hand's a lot better. And I think I just put Brain Freeze back. I have a shuffle effect, and I have... Like, I'm not going to need Brain Freeze till basically pretty late. Yep. Oh. Alright, well, Ledger Shredder means I'm just going to keep the Probe in hand for now, because I want to play Ledger Shredder Probe in the same turn. Okay. Well, I guess given the Baral, I'm just going to play Ledger Shredder instead of Magda, because Magda currently can't even get in. I'm probably going to discard Magda, as a matter of fact. Okay, what do you got? Island, Through the Breach, Sneak, Impulse, Yogwell. Well, this hand has an Impulse, but otherwise doesn't do a lot right now, but I guess impulsing into a fatty is definitely something. Okay. Oh, nice. I got to Ledger Shredder. I think I actually discard the Glorybringer. It's a little on the expensive side. Probably didn't want to play Lotus Petal this turn unless you're going to use it. Getting my Ledger Shredder a trigger. I'll take that. All right. Land wouldn't be bad. What is this? Oh, Upkeep Pestermite. Well, I definitely want to draw a land then, because I can't cast anything otherwise. So that's why you played the Petal. I see. Sure, I'll ponder. Yeah, I guess I'll keep this. I mean, if I die this turn, I die this turn. I don't really think trading 3 for 3 is necessary here. Yogwell, yeah. Play a land, play Ancestral. I think at this point I'm probably discarding the deck. My top card's an island. I could just discard an island. Yeah, that's probably fine. I guess that wasn't true. The Ancestral Yogwell made it so this hand had plenty of gas. All right, so Brawl has gone pretty hard here. Let's go land. Let's go deck Faden. Steal the Lotus Petal. Obviously, you're going to sack it. I'm just using that as a way to kill a land. And then I have Spell Pierce up for whatever combo piece comes out now, maybe. I don't know. That seems like a decent way to get something going. And then if Falcon Eye wants to kill my Dak Vaden, has to sack one of those two creatures, I get to block Pestermite probably. Yeah, then I get to Spell Pierce this. Next turn, if Dak lives, then I am pretty happy. Okay, so now, ooh, yes. I was already going to take an extra turn, but this is even better. Oh, in fact, this is amazing. All right, we're back in it. We are in it to twin it here. Because now we go Temporal Mastery. I could Dak Faden now, but I think I would rather Treasure Cruise first. Because then that triggers Ledger Shredder, and then when I Dak, I have better things to discard. Because if I Dak right now, there's nothing good to Dak. Okay, I get to trigger Shredder. I just discard a land. Draw 3. Deck. I would like to draw a land at some point. All right. Discard Brainstorm for sure. I think I discard Fable or Chart a Course. What am I going to do next turn? Because I have an extra turn after this. Next turn I want to go Time Warp, Treachery Time Warp. Then leave up Venser, so I actually discard Fable. Play a land and attack here. Okay. I guess technically Falcon Eye could have block with Pestermite, bolt your Ledger Shredder, but that doesn't seem that doesn't actually seem likely. Because otherwise I think you would have just bolted Dak Vaden a while ago. That's kind of how I feel, but I have to attack. I mean, I'm not really gonna have a chance to win if you don't. Okay. Take 3, take my extra turn. I'm not worried about days, so let's start by going Treachery on Pestermite, because that makes things a lot safer for me. Untap lands. Time Warp. Draw. Oh, I do like Breach. Let's discard Chart a Course here. Let Time Warp happen. I might actually be able to just set up Breach Time Warp now. Discard Island and Mana Leak. Let's see. I attacked on a 13. Hold on. Attacked on a 13. Take my extra turn. Attack for 6 down to 7. Oh, so I can discard these two. Play a land. Yeah. Play a land. Because now I have an extra turn floating here. So I'm discarding some good action, but all I need to do is hit a non-land in the top 4 cards for me to win here. Because now I go land, Underworld Breach, play Time Warp, attack for 6, attack for 7. That was a nice. This was a nice little kill that we got to string together. I will say that. Because now Ledger Shredder triggers, discard Fact or Fiction, Time Warp happens, attack for 7, attack for 7. At least that's the plan. And I even get to Dak Faden here. Why not? Discard 2 islands. Pass the turn. And attack you again. And unless you have something, that should be it. Okay. Whew. Falcon, I just didn't want to F6. Just held priority the whole time. Against this deck against Twin, I might want those two, and I can put in, because Rafine's Tower and Arid Mesa is a land, and then I can put in a swamp as well. And then take out an island. Treachery is still okay, is it? It's kind of expensive. I just love Snuff Out against Twins so much. I still like the combo elements. I guess I could just take out Treachery Glorybringer. Don't want Thieving Skydiver. Yeah. This sounds decent. Do I want to play Treachery over anything else here? I don't think so. I guess my main problem is I don't know, and my teammate doesn't know if they have Eldrazi. I'm just going to see if they saw it, because Falcon, this is round 2. If not, I like the Brain Freeze plan, because I just think like that's going to be a faster kill than attacking with creatures, though I guess attacking with creatures worked out kind of nicely that game. Oh, they do have Eldrazi. Okay, never mind. I can't play the Brain Freeze plan. So Frantic Surge, Brain Freeze, get out. In that case, oh, that's going to make my life a little harder, isn't it? In that case, maybe we keep Treachery and Glorybringer. Keep Breach to play Time Warps or cheap creatures out of. Didn't want to see Thieving Skydiver, Spellseeker. All right. Yeah. I don't like it that can't kill them with my most effective kill condition. This hand is kind of bad. I think I'm going to mulligan. It's just all 4-drops. All right, this hand's much better. Put Infernal Grasp on the bottom, I think. I guess Magda does make Infernal Grasp mana. Okay, turn 1 Lava Claw Petal, huh? All right, what you got? I think I'm going to do this because if I draw Spell Pierce, it's pretty good. Island and go. So their hand is Echo of Eons, Mountain. This hand's still kind of bad. I mean, this hand has no answer to Magda, so please don't draw a blue this turn. If they don't have a blue this turn, come on. Oh, baby. Okay. Okay. Oh. Breach a Gristlebrand, so they drew that instead. Huh? All right. Okay. I was hoping for not blue. I didn't really consider, oh, they have the Lion's Eye Diamond. I want. I wasn't considering the Gristlebrand, but I still have a pretty good sequence of plays here. Are they going to draw on more cards is kind of the question here. At least it wasn't Sneak Attack. Through the Breach is a lot less scary. Okay, they're drawing 7 more. I honestly don't mind that too much as long as they don't have any more 0-mana artifacts. Because now they still have to discard 1,000,000 cards. And they're at a much more beatable life total. This mana leak is going to be carrying a lot of weight here. What do I want to draw? I guess I want to draw Dak Faden pretty badly. I still don't think Thieving Skydiver is quite the pick here. I just think Lotus Petal and Lion's Eye often don't come out until they're going to get used. The only reason they did that here is because they are going to have to discard a ton of cards anyway. They can't be thinking of using Echo of Eons, right? Because they're not discarding yet. They have 17 cards. As things currently stand, they have to discard 10 cards. All right, well, next turn I can attack, make a treasure, draw Chart of Course, cast Chart of Course to draw 2, still have mana leak up. If I just draw Spell Pierce, I'm just going to attack, make a treasure, and pass. Same with Venser. If I draw... I probably can't play something like Fable if I draw it. All right, so Gristlebrand's gone. Discard time. Well, they're definitely going to discard Echo of Eons. I'd be surprised if that didn't happen. Discard Echo of Eons, Mizium Mortars, Baral, Preordain, a bunch of land, Imperial Recruiter. Okay. Let's play Rafine's Tower. Yeah, let's just play Rafine's Tower and leave up Mana Leak here. Mana Leak's kind of weak against Lion's Eye Diamond, but what are you going to do? You gonna Yogg-Will here? Jesus. Alright. Well, I can't stop this. Sneak attack, sure. And then Emrakul me. Deceiver Exarch, okay. You're gonna sneak in a Kiki now? Emrakul. Alright, that's good enough. Because I'm dead. Well, they peeled through the breach there, and that was bad for me. Maybe Glorybringer's just not good. I still think Infernal Grasp and whatnot is decent. Do I want Ether Channeler? Thieving Skydiver? Don't really like any of these things. I could just keep in Frantic Search for when to maybe set up a Breach Time Warp sort of turn. I could also keep Galvanic Iteration in. I just kind of feel like I don't have time for a lot of this stuff. Maybe Ether Channeler is just better. I don't know. I thought that one was... I was on the brink of having a really good start there, where if you didn't draw Island or... I'll keep this, or Through the Breach, and then, or I guess Sneak Attack, then I feel like I would have been in a pretty great position. Though this hand's good. A bunch of cantrips, Mana Leak, Vendilic. This looks like a constructed deck of some kind. I could see a Legacy deck playing a lot of these cards. They'd probably play Counterspell over Mana Leak, but... Alright, we just get a little Justice Mulligan and maybe not an Ancestral Recall. Turn 1 every game. That would be nice, I will say. Going kind of deep in the tank here. What are we doing? We mullen? I guess we'll find out shortly. I'm going to lead with Ponder, because if it's bad, I can just shuffle it away. Brainstorm at some point, I'll probably want to try to find my Arid Mesa or something to make Brainstorm work a little better. I could lead with Ponder and then, or Brainstorm and then shuffle with Ponder, but I really want to line up a good sequence of plays over the next couple turns. It's also a decent chance I want to leave Mana Leak up on turn 2. So we'll see. What I would kill for a Force of Will in this matchup. I mean, Force of Will is just a great card. So. All right. Don't know how my teammates are doing. All right. All that and you kept your hand? All right. I was hoping for at least one mulligan there. Come on. Let's ponder. Seasoned Pyromancer, Spell Pierce, Venser. I mean, Spell Pierce is awesome. Venser is also really good. Seasoned Pyromancer is kind of a brick. So if I keep this, I draw 1, play a land, draw 2, play a land, draw 3. Yeah, you know what? I actually think I can keep this. Obviously, there's ways this goes wrong, but Spell Pierce is just one of my best cards against them, and Venser is not far behind. So I think getting 2 good cards is probably enough. Land, go. Okay, no Ancestral, it looks like. Oh, Mana Leak a Baral. No plays. All right, I'm going to fire off the Brainstorm. Hope to hit 1 land. All right, I hit 1 land. That's all I really wanted to do. Draw. Land. Yeah, I'll get Taxian Probe you. Okay, what is your hand? Island, Underground Sea, Glen, Gristle, Pestermite. So I'm going to pass. Do I want to draw step I don't think so. I don't think so. Don't need to do that, because if Falconeye goes for Ritual Glen, I have a really good counter to that. I don't think they're going to. And if they go if they just say go, I go end of turn click, and they can resolve a Pestermite if they really want to. And I still have Venser. You gonna do it? You gonna go for it? Let's see. Oh, Underground Sea got played. So they still have Island in hand. Come on, you really want to resolve Glen. The problem is burning Dark Ritual when you have a Gristlebrand in hand to maybe hardcast is also pretty rough. All right, no plays. Let's V-click you. Okay, let's dismiss those because I'm about to see them again. If this just resolves, I'm probably going to take the Pestermite. Yeah. All right, so Pestermite's gone. Island, I was hoping that'd be a mountain. Smash. And pass the turn. What is this? Oh, Cyclone Catcher Triumph. That's acceptable. That is acceptable. So the question now with Glen is, do I Venser the Glen or Mana Leak it? I think I just Mana Leak it. I'm also worried that Mana Leak will get dead against Lion's Eye Diamond. So, all right. So now, now I wish I played the Venser, but that's okay. I'll play the Island. Hit for 3, take my extra turn. So now I want to draw either red lands or blue spells. Yeah, let's see. 5, 6, 7. I guess I just attack and pass with Venser and Mana Leak, or Venser and Spell Pierce up. Falconeye has an explosive Grixis deck over there. Just pass, okay. Swamp. Swamp is not ideal. Deceiver Exarch, sure. You know, tap the Vendilion click? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, pass the turn. So now you can go Ritual Gristlebrand. I guess I will allow it. Venser the Gristlebrand here. Okay. Then on my turn, I would really like to draw Snuff Out. That would be fantastic. So 2 cards in hand besides Lion's Eye Gristlebrand. Mountain. So I could channel or bounce the Exarch. Attack for 5. You go down to 6. I could channel or draw a card. Either way, I get Kiki Jiki'd, I guess. I think I'm going to play Channeler. I think I'm going to draw a card here. I really would like to draw a removal spell. Okay, Time Warp's interesting. So Time Warp means that next turn I'm going to attack with the Venser. I think Falconeye's going to block, but there's a chance they don't. Okay. Basically, I need to not die this turn. The problem is with bouncing the Exarch is I still lose to Kiki Jiki next turn. Brawl, sure. Land. So there's Lion's Eye, Gristlebrand, and 1 unknown. Okay, let's hope the 1 unknown's not too good. Mountain. All right, Time Warp me. Okay, that resolved. Now I'm just going to play the Pyromancer. It's not like Spell Pierce is doing a lot right now. Discard Spell Piercer, draw that. Spell Piercer. Attack for 3 in the air. All right, next turn. Fact or Fiction. Chart a course. What do I have left that's relevant? Oh man, really not a whole lot. But I guess I could draw Glorybringer or Treachery. And I don't care about discarding, so I think I chart a course first. I do like drawing Snuff Out. I guess I'll discard Magda. If I Snuff Out... Oh, Snuff Out's lethal, right? Snuff Out the Exarch? Yeah. And then attack with everything. Can block a 2-power creature and die. Whew. Close match. 1-1 now. We got there, even though the Brain Freeze plan didn't happen. Let's see if we'll Brain Freeze anyone. On to round 3 here. Alrighty, time for round 3. We're on the draw here. Yeah, I'll keep this hand on the draw. Don't love that I have to use my fetch before my Brainstorm, but yeah, so it goes. Playing against a green, blue, red deck of some kind. Oh, yikes. Don't like this. Don't like this at all. Well, Mana Leak's at least a good card, but a turn 2 4-drop is going to run me over pretty fast here. What is this? Okay. Prime time. Okay. I don't think I'm going to beat a turn 2 prime, but I guess I'm going to try. I don't even really have a bounce spell. I'm turn 2 on the play. Oh, man. Sometimes you can't catch a lot of breaks. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, looking at my deck, if I hit a Temporal Mastery, I might be able to get to Venser fast enough. Okay. And from there, maybe Treachery. But this is going to require a lot of luck and my opponent not playing any other cards. Okay, let's get my Rafine's Tower. Draw. Mountain Goo. Mana Leak is going to get dead pretty fast here, too. Well, I mean, Primetime is better for me than Progenitus or like Hornet Queen. Like, I was 0% to beat those. I'm also very unlikely to beat this one, but had I drawn Magda, that would have been a potential play as well. All right. Go to 13 here. No other play. Brainstorm. That is not a Temporal Mastery at all. There is Venser. Unfortunately, I don't even have a land. Next turn. Do I play Magda? I think I just V-click them. And I'm going to draw and then have to just Frantic Search into a land. I think that's totally fine. I don't anticipate winning this game. Is an understatement. Miscalculation. Okay, well, that's actually fine because any other spell that getting miscalculated would immediately cost me the game. But obviously, if my opponent's playing something here, then I'm not going to win this either. Well, okay. That actually gives me some really good outs. If I draw Dak Faden, that would be pretty sick. All right, let's start by Frantic Searching. Now I draw the Temporal Mastery, and I didn't draw a land. I guess I am dead now. You know, technically I'm not. Let's discard Brain Freeze and Temporal Mastery. Untap these 3 lands. Chart a course. Oh, I guess I need to chart for the other land to play Magda, but I was super dead. I would go to 1 and chump Worm Coil. All right. This seems like another matchup where I probably want to splash those. Spell Pierce looks less good. Get a swamp in over an island. And what else do I want to cut? I don't want to cut the Brain Freeze. I actually think that's going to be a decent win condition. I like Glorybringer. I could cut the Magda now. It's so good on the play. Honestly, could cut the Factor Fiction. I think that maybe that's a little heavy on the card draw. There's also Thieving Skydiver to steal Mox. It's not really going to steal Wormcoil. I have a DAC already for that, I think. I'm down for this. Could play Sauron the Dark Lord as well, but I don't think I need to do that. Inferno Titan's also actually pretty reasonable. Maybe on the draw I'll play Inferno Titan over Magda. Or maybe I can play, maybe should I play Inferno Titan over Teferi? Actually, I kind of like that. Alright, I don't even know how my teams are doing. Okay. Looks like we're going about even. We're all like 1-1. But I am down a game here. It's gonna be important that I win this one. It's always important, right? All right. I would like to be on the play. Okay. I'll keep this. What do I Arid Mesa for? I think I'm gonna wait a second because I can either get black or red. I can't get both. So I kind of want to see what I draw here. Okay, Spire Bluff means I can get black off Arid Mesa. I won't have double red for Seasoned Pyromancer or Glorybringer, but I think that's okay. All right, well, this hand is a little less explosive, though I still could be getting turn 2 natural ordered here. Fertile Ground, ooh. I see that, and I'm like, let me venture that Fertile Ground. Hex Drinker, okay. Level up Hex Drinker once. Let's get Rafine's Tower. Can I just draw Snuff Out? Snuff Out would be such a good draw here. Oh, Temporal Mastery was actually a really good draw as well. Let's cast that, play a Spire Bluff, pass the turn. Draw, I draw a land, so now I just go Venser, bounce your Forest. And that sets you back 2 mana, and now if he wants to level up the Hex Drinker, then I just smash a Treachery onto it and go from there. And it is kind of tempting to level up the Hex Drinker here, because obviously making it pro instance in a 4/4 means it's like pretty burly. Yeah, the way things turned out, since I didn't get the LED and I'm not capable of having the super fast kills, I really wish I had taken Mizzium Mortars over Chart a Course, but so it goes. Okay. All right. Thanks for leveling up my Hex Drinker. I do have to remember, once you Treachery Hex Drinker, not to level it up to 8. That would be quite the mistake. I guess I'm going to Frantic Search here to start with no matter what. Let's make sure to untap my lands this time. Treachery Hex Drinker. Because if you level it up to 8, the Treachery falls off, and that is bad news. And oh, I'm going to draw so many cards this turn. This bad boy can fit so many cards in it. Draw. I guess I get to Ponder for free. Oh, I like that. And then Cruise. Actually, hold on. Let's go Snuff Out the Elf. And then Cruise, leaving the Frantic Search, because that's actually the one I kind of want to leave in there. What a turn. What a turn. Okay. Killing the elf to prevent natural order seemed pretty good. All right. That'll do it. Oh, that was a beating. That's what that was. Yeah, I don't really want Spell Pierce. Do I want Ether Channeler? All right. Yeah, I think I like where we're at. Just gotta. I basically just need to draw Infernal Grasp, Snuff Out, Mana Leak, Venser, you know, mostly the first three to not get run over by early elves into accelerated plays. I actually am kind of wondering if this deck should have just played the black to begin with. As it turned out, I played against a bunch of removal, though. Playing against Sandy's red-black deck, the removal wouldn't have been that good. That's why I didn't side it in. All right, there's Mana Leak. I will keep this hand. Just don't turn to me, please. Okay, Tree Speaker's annoying. Oh, man. The miracle busted. All right, well, I get a Mana Leak next turn, and then if I draw Snuff Out or Infernal Grasp, I'll be pretty happy. Do you have another play also? No, all right. I like that. Brain Freeze is like the worst draw. My first two draws were pretty bad. They're very clunky. But if I can draw one thing to play next turn, that would be pretty nice. Oh, if he doesn't have a play this turn, then I like that actually, because then I get to go Mana Leak next turn into Venser. Okay, sure. That is very reasonable. Ooh, Glorybringer? I do like that. Okay. So now I've got Mana Leak for this play into Venser your Draga Tree Speaker into, and if you didn't have a play on 4 mana or 5 mana this turn, presumably Vensering it is going to be a pretty good deal. Oh, really? Okay. Probably doesn't have Miscalculation either, though, because last turn just leveled up and untapped. All right, so I think I'm actually going to just do the Venser thing now. This could go wrong, but the way this goes wrong is land, cast Tree Speaker, natural order it away. But the way this goes right is land, Tree Speaker, level up, Tree Speaker. Oh, is this a Minskin Boo? Oh, Ren and 6, sure. Oh, if it's get back this, play Tree Speaker, level it up. Yeah, I'm fine with all this. I get to kill all your stuff now. Okay, there's a Breach that's not actually horrendous. This is why I like Glorybringer. Attack Ren and 6 and exert. Attack my opponent. Okay, Ren and 6 down, Elf down. I'm actually getting up to enough mana to just hardcast Temporal Mastery, which is nice. I might also at some point fire off a Brain Freeze on myself. Like, there's a good chance next turn I just go land go. They play a spell, I Mana Leak the spell, and then Brain Freeze myself for 9 to set up the Breach. I need this turn not to be a big spell. Prime time would be kind of annoying. I will say that. But if it's not prime time, I mean, there's definitely some cards that are very good here. Okay. Let's see. Fertile Ground. I like that. That's a good start for me. Minskin Boo. I do know they have that. Okay. No, 5 mana. Is this like an acidic slime or something? Green Suns for 4? I guess we'll see. Yeah, it looks like a Green Suns. Okay. Or potentially a Finale for 3. Oh, Pest Infestation for 4. Make 4 1/1s. Oh, wait, there's the Frantic Search. Okay. Let's just land go. And we might be able to set up a nice Breach. It'd be nice to win one game off Breach here. I wouldn't mind that. Unfortunately, I can't natural order or Mana Leak natural order. We're actually getting to the point in the game where Mana Leak might not actually be the best. Oracle of Moldiah. Okay. That's a delighted halfling, sure. Crack, reshuffle. That's fine. Let's see what you got. Upheaval. Okay, that's a little scary. Yeah, I'll block one. Okay, how much mana do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So currently they won't be able to upheaval through mana leak. Okay, let's go Frantic Search end of turn here, I think. Discarding. I mean, I could discard Brain Freeze. So let's see. If I discard, let's see, Ponder Island, and then I Brain Freeze myself for 9, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 14 cards, play Breach. I get to Frantic Search a bunch. Yeah, I think that should be good enough, so... untap land, even though it doesn't really matter. Brain Freeze myself. Lots of islands. And untap. Ledger Shredder is kind of interesting, but I can't actually afford to cast it. I was hoping to draw a land to cast Temporal Mastery, I guess, but let's just go Underworld Breach. Probe you. I just want to see that the way is clear here. And his Channel Reclamation Sage. Oh, okay, so the upheaval certainly wasn't going to do it. Frantic Search. Discarding Spire Bluff Canal, Seasoned Pyromancer, untapping 3 lands. Frantic Search. Actually, no real reason to exile the Seasoned Pyromancer. Discard Chart a Course, Ledger Shredder, untapping 3 lands. And I guess we'll have Frantic Search again. Go move those 3. Yeah, can do it again. Frantic Search, discard Island, Vendilion Click, and then Frantic Search, exiling those 3, and then I'll have 2, 1, 2, 3, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Discard Island, Mana Leak, and then Brain Freeze you. And hope they don't have an Eldrazi, I guess. If they do, it's not actually the end of the world. But we haven't seen one yet. All right, 4 cards left. Oh, they have an Eldrazi, just the wrong one. Funny. Brain Freeze you. Exiling those. Okay, no cards left. Ooh, we got the Brain Freeze win. And just because we can, might as well take out the Oracle on our way out. All right. Well, we got there. And that will leave us with a 2-1. Hopefully that's good enough to win the draft. I'm just glad I got to Brain Freeze someone out. And that's kind of how we drew it up. Glad it came together. Alrighty. So I ended up 2-1. One of my other teammates ended up 2-1, Hank. Our other 2 teammates ended up 1-2. It's a 4-on-4 draft, 12 matches. We ended up 6-6, which that means, it's a tie. So what do? Well, what we do is we play a tiebreaker, and this was the deck we chose. Hank had just a busted mono blue deck with like Academy, Mishra's Workshop, Strip Mine, 2 Moxes, Tinker, Portals of Phyrexia, Blightsteel, Metamorph, Show and Tell, the One Ring. Just an awesome deck, and actually rolled Sandy Dog in some, close games, but not as close. Game 1, Mold of 5, and play turn 2, the One Ring off Mox Academy, just absurd stuff. So we were victorious. Very happy to announce that we won our team draft, and if I take a look, these are some random modern decks. If I take a look at the deck that I had, I think that the deck was decent, but it wasn't great, and I was pretty happy to end up going 2-1. Let's see, which Breach deck was it? I had like a million Breach decks. It wasn't Value Breach, so that was a fun deck actually. If you want to look at that, this was I put this on the channel. This said Ancestor Recall, Underworld Breach, no combos, just all value. It was fantastic. Let's see. Hold on, let me see what I called this thing. Oh, Frantic Breach. That's what it was. Where is it? I don't even know where it went. Oh, it was hiding down there. All right. So yeah, this deck really needed a LED or Lotus Petal. Didn't ever see LED. Falcon I ended up taking it, and then Lotus Petal, Falcon I also took, though I could have taken that one. Had I known I was going to get Brain Freeze, I would have taken it. But what I did like about this deck, Spell Pierce, Mana Leak, Venser, Vendilion Click, plus Time Warp, Temporal Mastery, Seasoned Pyromancer, Fable, Dak Fade, and just a good blue-red disruptive mid-range deck. And pulled out the 2-1 and got a little lucky to do so. Well, that'll do it for this cube. As always, thanks for watching. I'll have a new cube up tomorrow, or draft. Been doing some other stuff too. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch these sweet cube drafts. You keep watching them, I'll keep doing them. I'll see you next time.